Hi, welcome to our parent presentation. This PowerPoint is for those parents who are considering school options for their children and would like to know more information about the avenues available to them at this point. We hope that we will encourage you to either defer or delay your child's entry into mainstream school, or will encourage you to flexi educate your child until they are ready to enter conventional schooling. We are Dandelion Education Limited. We are a very unique early years setting and advocates of delaying, deferring and flexi educating children until the age of 7 and beyond. As you know, children in the UK begin school between the ages of 4 and 5. We believe, and evidence strongly indicates, that this is far too young for children to be entering formalised education. If you take a look at this pie chart, you will see the starting ages for children around the world, and the UK is in the minority. If you look now at the latest published PISA findings, you will notice that the UK does not rank in the top 3, and neither does any other country with a school starting age of 4 or 5. The UK lags behind many other countries, all of whom have a later school entry date. Our current system sends children to school at the age of 4 and begins to test them on entry. This defies logic. Our children are entering schools that are not child ready, that are too formalised and are focused on the product of learning rather than the process. An unacceptable proportion of children are suffering the adverse effects of too much, too soon. Last year, child mental health referrals increased by 26%, and school statistics shows a high percentage of children with social, emotional and mental health issues. Settings that focus on child-led learning and that are entirely child-centric can support our children in the development of life skills. Settings such as these focus on holistic development and are not literacy and numeracy focused to the detriment of the whole unique child. Schools are being subjected to funding cuts. With high class numbers and high child-to-adult ratios, teachers are struggling to meet the needs of their children. Emma and I know this because we were both primary school teachers. We were part of the system and we know its strengths and its weaknesses. We left because we noticed that children were coming into our classes de-skilled. They lacked the skills essential for lifelong learners. They lacked the skills essential for success in today's and tomorrow's society. The children had poor problem-solving skills. Their emotional literacy levels were low. They had poor creative and critical thinking skills. Their communication and language skills were also poor, and the children lacked self-efficacy, resilience, self-esteem and confidence. They were also risk-averse and disconnected from nature. We are de-skilling a generation of children. Research shows that play-based learning best supports development. Formalised rote learning does not facilitate deep levels of learning or understanding. Here's an extract from Scotland's Play Not Test campaign which explains some of the importance of play-based learning.
Some people think children's play is just messing about, but research now shows that especially in the first 7 years, play is a serious business. It's vital to physical health and fitness, develops bodily coordination and control. It's essential for social and communication skills too. It's how children develop creativity, problem-solving skills and self-confidence. It lays the foundations for lifelong resilience, the ability to rise to challenges and bounce back from difficulties. The very best play is outdoors with friends in natural surroundings. This is how, through the millennia, children develop the skills and capacities they need to survive and thrive. But nowadays, it's almost impossible to let young children out to play.
At Dandelion, we strongly advocate outdoor play and we focus on the development of key skills. Please take a few moments to watch this animation where you will learn more about our values and our ethos. Perhaps at this point you're thinking, that's all great and we agree, but what can we do? Well, there are options available to you. You may not have heard of them before because the government want children in school as soon as possible. The key information you should know and tell your friends about is that compulsory school age isn't actually until the term after your child turns 5. Your early years funding continues until this age, so you're quite within your rights to wait to send your child into school. If your child is summer-born, you're within your rights to request deferred school entry, and schools are encouraged by the local education authority to accept a deferred entry. If your child is not summer-born, you can request a delay, but your child may then be expected to enter Year 1 rather than reception. The tide is, however, turning, and some schools are more amenable to this than others, and depending on their intake, they may accept a reception entry even if your child is not summer-born. We advise you to apply for the school you'd eventually like to send your child to, and once accepted, approach the head personally with a well thought out rationale. Remember that you know your child best, and if they aren't ready for school, then they aren't ready. You may wish to send your child to school part-time and to flexi educate them. This means that your child might go to school part-time and stay at home for the rest of the time. Or, as at Dandelion, we have children who attend part-time school and part-time Dandelion. This is fantastic collaboration for a smooth transition and works incredibly well. We are a setting with over 40% staff holding qualified teacher status and equivalent qualifications. So, Dandelion, working with you, will know what your child needs and where they are going. Flexi schooling is a legal entitlement, but permission is in the gift of the head teachers. Dandelion's approach focuses on development of the whole child. Rather than focusing on literacy and numeracy to the detriment of the rest of the curriculum, we focus on holistic development. We focus on high-level functioning skills, high-level language acquisition, development of social skills, emotional literacy, independence, problem-solving, creative and critical thinking. All this within an enabling, rich, inclusive outdoors environment where all needs are met. Our approach is child-led, it is play-based. We focus on the development of children's health and well-being. Our staff are highly trained using a bespoke training programme. We have low child-to-adult ratios which enable high-quality interactions and play, and of course we focus on fun. Because we have highly qualified staff, we can and do teach children to read, write and develop numeracy skills. We do this when they are ready and as an organic, purposeful part of our play. Children are thus far more motivated and eager to learn. If you're considering deferring your child, then your child may attend Dandelion for 2 longer days. If your child is older than reception, you'd like to delay, and considering flexi education, your child can attend an off-site Dandelion Den Day every Tuesday. They may also benefit, if you wish, from extra sessions on site. The feedback thus far has been incredibly positive. Some schools were very reluctant at first, fearing the days with us would be detrimental to curriculum outcomes, but the children's end-of-year assessments in schools have shown that our children progress well. They are entering school either above or at the expected level, and they are confident, motivated, and articulate learners. Your next steps are to consider your options and make your choice. Apply for your school place, and when accepted, approach the head to request your deferment, delay, or your wish to flexi ed. Remember, it is your right to defer and request flexi schooling. Dandelion has a flexi education policy, and we're willing to work with schools and families to ensure that flexi, defer and delay is a success. Hopefully, after spending this time with us, you'll have a better understanding of the options available to you. What's important is that you make an informed choice that is right for your child and you. On the top of this page, you'll find an amusing video, which is definitely a thought-provoking watch. On the page following this one, you'll find a poster with a brief summary of the points discussed today. If you'd like further information, please do get in touch. You've been listening to Dandelion Education Limited. Thank you.